Taoist versus Stoic, the similarities and differences. Throughout human history, philosophies have emerged to guide us in understanding life, navigating challenges, and finding peace. Among these, Taoism and Stoicism stand out as two profound systems of thought. Though they originate from vastly different cultures and times, they share surprising similarities and equally striking differences. Today, we'll explore these two philosophies, uncovering how they can help us live more meaningful lives. Let's begin with their origins. Taoism, rooted in ancient China, is often associated with the legendary sage Lao Tzu, author of the Tao Te Ching. It emerged around the 4th century BCE and is deeply intertwined with nature, harmony, and the concept of the Tao, the Way, or the fundamental principle of the universe. On the other side, Stoicism originated in ancient Greece, founded by Zeno of Citium in the early 3rd century BCE. It was later developed by Roman thinkers like Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius. Stoicism is a philosophy of resilience, virtue, and rationality, emphasizing control over one's emotions and actions. At first glance, Taoism and Stoicism may seem worlds apart. One is deeply spiritual and mystical, while the other is practical and logical. Yet, when we dig deeper, we find that both philosophies share a common goal: to help individuals live in alignment with a greater truth and to find peace amidst life's chaos. Let's start with their similarities. Both Taoism and Stoicism emphasize the importance of living in harmony with the natural order. For Taoists, this means aligning oneself with the Tao, the effortless flow of the universe. The Tao is not something that can be fully described or understood intellectually. It must be felt and experienced. Taoists believe that by embracing the Tao, we can achieve Wu Wei, or effortless action, where we act in perfect harmony with the world around us. Similarly, Stoics believe in living in accordance with nature, though their focus is on human nature. They teach that we should align our actions with reason and virtue, which are the highest expressions of our nature as rational beings. For Stoics, living in harmony with nature means accepting the world as it is and focusing on what we can control: our thoughts, actions, and responses. Another key similarity is their emphasis on inner peace and detachment. Taoism teaches that attachment to desires, outcomes, and external validation leads to suffering. By letting go of these attachments and embracing simplicity, we can find tranquility. The Taoist sage is like water, soft, yielding, and yet incredibly powerful. Stoicism, too, advocates for detachment, but in a slightly different way. Stoics believe that our suffering arises from our judgments and attachments to external things. By practicing apatheia, freedom from destructive emotions, we can maintain inner peace, regardless of external circumstances. The Stoic sage is like a rock, steadfast, unshaken by the storms of life. Despite these similarities, Taoism and Stoicism differ in their approaches to life and their underlying principles. One of the most striking differences lies in their views on control. Taoism encourages us to surrender to the natural flow of the universe. It teaches that trying to control or force outcomes is counterproductive and leads to struggle. Instead, we should trust the Tao and allow life to unfold naturally. Stoicism, on the other hand, emphasizes the importance of control, but only over what is within our power. The Stoic dichotomy of control teaches us to focus on our own thoughts, actions, and choices, while accepting everything else as beyond our control. This distinction highlights a fundamental difference. Taoism is about yielding, while Stoicism is about mastering. Another key difference lies in their attitudes toward emotion. Taoism embraces the full spectrum of human emotions as natural and necessary. It encourages us to flow with our feelings, much like a river flows around obstacles. Emotions are not seen as good or bad. They simply are. Stoicism, however, takes a more disciplined approach. While Stoics acknowledge emotions as natural, they believe that we should not be ruled by them. Instead, we should use reason to guide our responses and maintain emotional equilibrium. For Stoics, emotions like anger, fear, and desire can cloud our judgment and lead us away from virtue. Culturally, Taoism and Stoicism also reflect the values of their respective societies. Taoism emerged in a context where harmony with nature and the cosmos was highly valued. Its teachings often emphasize humility, simplicity, and the interconnectedness of all things. Stoicism, on the other hand, arose in a society that prized duty, discipline, and civic responsibility. Roman Stoics like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca were not just philosophers, they were also statesmen and leaders. Their writings often focus on the importance of virtue, justice, and serving the greater good. Ultimately, both Taoism and Stoicism offer valuable insights for modern life. Taoism reminds us to slow down, embrace simplicity, and trust the natural flow of life. It's a philosophy that encourages us to let go of our need for control and find peace in the present moment. Stoicism, meanwhile, provides a framework for resilience and self-mastery. It teaches us to focus on what we can control, to act with integrity, and to face challenges with courage and clarity. Together, these philosophies offer a balanced approach to life. Taoism helps us surrender to the unknown, while Stoicism empowers us to take responsibility for our actions. By integrating the wisdom of both, we can navigate life's ups and downs with grace and strength. In the end, whether we resonate more with the flowing wisdom of Taoism or the steadfast principles of Stoicism, the choice is ours. Both paths lead to the same destination, a life of meaning, peace, and fulfillment. As we journey through life, may we draw inspiration from these ancient teachings, finding our own way to live in harmony with the world and ourselves. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of Taoism and Stoicism. Which philosophy resonates more with you? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights into the wisdom of the ages.